Hey guys, it's Lolian and we're back with Legends Arceus. I think it's finally time to go save the world. It's time to use the red chain. Let's see what it can do. Hold on a sec. My head. Something's talking inside my head. You hold the red chain. Try to catch me then, human. Adaman? What are you saying? What do you mean, catch you? Almighty Sinnoh? I think it's Almighty Sinnoh just spoke to me. It's telling me you hold the red chain. Try to catch me then, human, for the fight to come. Take these. Ultra Balls. Uh-oh. Hey, Dialga. Oh, that didn't work. Well, it's a good thing that I decided to do some grinding in between episodes. Ooh. Sorry, Typhlosion. I don't think I can catch this thing right now. I think I have to defeat it before I can catch it. But I can sure try. Well, look at that. She caught it! The red chain is shattered, but we owe the Pokemon of the Lakes our thanks for getting us this far. Oh, well done, Lolian, my girl. Masterfully handled. I was watching the whole time you battled and caught your way to a simply stunning victory. You truly are the pride of the Survey Corps. It's all because she had me to show her the ropes when she first got here. Wait, it's happening again. I can hear Almighty Sinnoh. No, it's called Dialga. Mighty Dialga speaking to me in my mind. Space-time is torn. Awful power spills forth. The frenzied one comes to fight. Now, human, fight it with me. You're telling me there's another one? But the red chain smashed to bits. No way even Lolian could tackle another Pokemon as strong as the last one now. Uh-oh. It's Palkia! Oh my goodness. All of you, we must vacate this. Gah, forget the fancy talk. Book it. Come on, we gotta make it back to the summit camp while we still can. We need to leave before this other Almighty Sinnoh decides it wants to fight us. But Commander, we can't just leave it here. You dunce, you won't be any use to anybody if you die up here on this mountain. What are you waiting for? I'm telling you, we gotta get gone. I love how his facade crumbled. Such dreadful power. It's certainly beyond our current capabilities to survey such a creature. I'm amazed you even managed to stay on your feet before it, Lolian. And did you notice the energy pouring out of the rift? It seems likely that a buildup of this same energy was what caused the strange lightning that threw the noble Pokemon into their frenzied states. I can't believe there really were two Almighty Sinnoh after all. Guess that means neither of our clans was really wrong, huh? I must apologize from the bottom of my heart. To both you, to the both of you as fellow leaders. You saw the truth that I could not. You never abandoned your trust in Lolian. And to you, Lolian, I acted on ill-considered presumptions and drove you from the Galaxy Expedition team, forcing you to face great hardship alone. And despite all that, you still strove to save all of Hisui. Aw, shucks. Well, it's not like we could just sit back and ignore the space-time rift. And we understood, Commander, that you had reasons to act as you did. Commander, might I suggest we return to the matter at hand? We've left things in quite a state up at the temple. That's the stuff, Mr. Professor. You'd rather face what's in front of us than dwell on the past, huh? Just what I'd expect from a real scientist. A dependable attitude indeed. Yes, let us move on. No need to speak any further about my rash actions, not to mention my loss of composure. It seems that having Lolian about has been a good influence on all. Yeah, thank goodness you were here, huh? We'd have no chance getting through this disaster without you. We're still not through it. How is she to keep fighting? The red chain is shattered. Relax, I've got a plan, thanks to what Almighty Dialga told me. Dialga? The Pokemon that spoke to you? Yeah, and along with its name, it also told me what we need. The Stone of Creation's beginning, the Chain of Red, the Vessel of Humankind's invention. Unite these three and calm the chaos now pervading space. And finally, Mighty Dialga said it wants to go with us back to the temple. Well, the red chain we have at least, the pieces anyway, I did collect them. And the Vessel of Humankind's invention. I dare say that might refer to a Pokeball. That's gotta be it, but what about that Stone of Creation's beginning part? Leon might have some idea. He's knowledgeable about stones and minerals. He even goes digging for ore sometimes. Is that so? Then Warden Leon will be a fine resource to consult. And what are your thoughts, Professor Laventon? Do you have any idea what the stone could be? Oh, upon my word, perhaps I do. Lolian, my girl, would you lend me those plates you received from Weirdeer and the others? The ones that Volo said had messages engraved upon them. I've been holding on to them. Aha! Just as I remembered. Here on the back of the Earth plate, it says, when the universe was created, its shards became this plate. I think this may be a hint to what we need. How do you mean? Don't you see? We must search for stone, or rather, ore, I suppose, that shares the same material properties as these plates. In fact, I believe that young Leon might know just where to find such a thing, as he said he's been investigating it at Volo's urging. Now that you mention it, that Volo fellow's come around the diamond settlement asking about those plates before, too. This seems like a lead worth following. It's decided, then. Thus begins our search for the Stone of Creation's beginning. Although the name is rather a mouthful, wouldn't you say? I propose we call it Origin Ore. Irida, may we ask for your clan's aid once more? Of Of course. I'll call Leon to the summit camp at once. I waited as long as anyone could reasonably expect, but my invitation just never came, so I decided to honor you with an unsolicited visit. Be glad and rejoice. I can read. Now, Adaman, I see all these other louts have their little tasks to be getting on with, but what of the great Melly? Where's my role in all of this? I'm your leader, Melly. Show a shred of respect, would you? Fine, whatever. Just hurry up and give me a job, great leader Adaman, and make it a good one. You want a job? Fine. Your job is to support the others. All the other wardens are busy looking after their nobles and keeping the people of our clans from panicking. Take a hint. Oh, Adaman. Oh, you silly, foolish boy. Don't you understand anything? Everyone has work they are suited to and work they are not. And oh, before I forget, it seems you weren't entirely useless after all, Galaxy Team Grunt. Well done, you. Take this as a reward for your adorable efforts. Just my way of encouraging the little people. And you're all so little compared to me. Candy truffles. I've brought Leon. Yeesh, that ugly hat suits you as poorly as this important role does. I don't like this at all. I should be the one consulted for my wisdom. Hisui's ores and stones are her precious resource. Since I was the first to realize that fact, it's only natural that I should be the first consulted. If you have a problem with it, perhaps you'd like to take it up with Cleavor in battle, with that bumbling ball of yours? Excuse me? That bumbling ball is more than capable of zapping both you and that ugly bug of yours all the way back to your stupidly oversized tree. Shall we prove it to you now? Melly, give it a rest and play nice with the Pearl Clan folks for once, would you? Bigger things are at stake here. But Adaman, everyone back home is all worked up about the fact you were spoken to by Almighty Sinnoh, or Mighty Dialga, or whatever. This is the Diamond Clan's day. Be proud. Warden Leon, if you would. Certainly. Then let us set out at once. We make for the Primeval Grotto. Okay. Guess we're gonna go over there. I think this is the cave where Alpha Nosepass likes to hang out in front of. Yep, sure is. Oh, look at that. It's glowing red. What a curious cave. I feel some extraordinary power here, as if the world itself was created in this very place. What do you think, Leon? Taking into consideration my knowledge of ores, my skill at mining, and the strength of my Sligoo's moves, I think you'd better leave any extraction work up to us, wouldn't you say? We're going to have to ask you to stop right there. Oh man, you guys again? Oh, come on. Who's there? We don't have any time to waste with... Clover? We haven't seen you since you walked out on the clan. Where have you been all this time? I don't have to tell you nothing. Look, you can carry on digging out that treasure you're after, and then you'll give it to us. I don't know why you even look surprised. It's not as if you were hard to follow. What we seek may be as precious as treasure, but this isn't about how valuable it is. We need it to restore this awful sky to normal. Ugh, that earnest goody two-shoes act of yours is what made me leave the Pearl Clan in the first place. Enough. I don't care why any of you ran off to play bandit, but I won't let you get in Leon's way. There are 3 of you and 3 of us. Let's go. Lolian, you take charm. I bring good luck to my sisters wherever I go, and ill luck to anyone who crosses our paths. I'm the eldest, and I'll be your unlucky charm, especially in this, the battle of a lifetime. How tough are you? Y'all go as level 65. Oh, that's not great, because I'm going to send out Typhlosion. Level 61's not too bad. Ouch. Hang tight. Oh. Thanks, buddy. Does she have Gengar? She might have. Yep, she has Gengar. Oh. Thanks for the help anyway, Roserade. Alright, one more Snarl ought to do it. Well, you are rather formidable. Especially at this lower level. Come on, Clover. Why not come back to the Diamond Clan? Times are changing. We're changing. And we could really use someone as strong as you are. Are you joking? I've got no interest in living back in that place with all its stupid rules. Look, we'll let you keep your treasure this time, but you better do something about that sky. You're as strong as ever, Lolian. Maybe you really can do something about that monstrous creature at the top of the mountain. But even if you do, the next time we meet, you won't escape without a beating. Remember that. And they dissipate. Honestly, those three, what did they even come here for? Oh well, I'll heal up everyone's Pokemon. Why, thank you. The coin that I remember never hesitated to help someone in need, even if she groused as she did so. I suspect they may have been worried about us, perhaps even wanting to help. Then they should have just said so. What a pain they are, hiding behind all that attitude. No, Sliggoo. I was able to extract some of that origin ore, or whatever it is you wish to call it. I suppose it had better go with you, Lolian. Cool. That was surprisingly easy. No, you simply failed to recognize my skill. You ought to be praising my hard work, honestly. I knew we could count on you, Leon. No wonder Cleavor recognizes you as a worthy warden. Let's hurry back to Mr. Professor and show him what we got. That Laventon's got sound judgment, plus knowledge to spare despite his silly streak. Oh, what? Okay, from here, the nearest camp is over here. Alright. Whoa. I don't want to rest. Oh my heavens. Okay. I think we'll bench Floatzel for now. Oh, and I guess I should mention that while I was grinding, I caught a shiny Zubat. Caught me by surprise. Okay. So, this is the Stone of Creation's beginning, the Origin Ore. Yes, one can certainly feel an imposing aura emanating from it. Could this be the feeling of the very origin itself? I've been meaning to ask you since you brought that up, but the origin of what, exactly? Of everything, by the sound of it. Exactly, my girl. Now then, back we go to Jubilife Village. We're going here, there, and everywhere today. Here you are, Professor Laventon. What remains of the red chain, broken as it may be. Splendid! Even in pieces, I think we'll find it's still perfectly fit for purpose. We're jolly lucky you had the foresight to pick up all these broken bits back at the temple. You're up next, Lolian. Time for the whatever we're calling that stone. Handed over the origin ore. The fragments of the red chain collected at great personal risk by the Pearl Clan. Then the Stone of Creation's beginning, which we first learned of thanks to the Diamond Clan. And now it is time for the Galaxy team to play its part and turn these items into a proper vessel. Ray, my boy, you're one of our team's greatest craftspeople. Could I ask you to do the honors? Just wait, Lolian. You'll finally see what I'm truly capable of. This may take us some time. Perhaps the rest of you best wait outside while we work. You okay, Adaman? Come on, Mr. Professor. Wish they'd hurry it up in there. I'm starting to suspect all your prattling about the value of time is a cover-up for your own impatience. If sitting back and waiting actually solved things, I'd sit forever, because that'd be using time well, unlike this. We've done it, Lolian! It's complete! I dub it the Origin Ball. If the message conveyed to our good clan leader can be believed, then this should allow you to catch the Pokemon that has appeared at the Temple of Sinnoh. Aha. Fancy. These Pokeballs of yours are full of wonders. To think the fate of all Hisui could rest in something so tiny. It's interesting how catching a Pokemon in one of these things brings the two of you closer together. Whoa, hold on. It's that voice. I hear it in my head again. You mean Dialga? Yeah. Seems like Mighty Dialga's willing to lend its strength to this fight. That's what it's telling me. That's certainly excellent news. The Diamond Clan's almighty Sinnoh, or perhaps I should say Dialga, is fearsomely powerful. Everything's ready now, Lolian. Take the Origin Ball and hurry back to the Temple of Sinnoh together with Dialga. Okay. I'm going to move him to the top of the party. That's not what I meant to do. Although I am curious... Okay, here we go. I am curious to see what his stats are. You have nothing in speed and special defense. That doesn't sound great. But I think I have just enough grit dust to fix that. Oh, hi, Madam Kogita. Mistress Kogita. What you doing here? Yeah, I have just enough. Okay, we're gonna store this and that and those. I'm gonna favorite these and then sort the bag. Okay. And here you are, lost one, ready to face your fate atop Mount Coronet. It seems a vicious battle might await you. I'll go where I must. Oh, well said. Now, hearken to my words, young ones. Time cannot be severed from space, nor space from time. The being you will encounter at the Temple of Sinnoh is Palkia, ruler of all space. If it is allowed to run wild, space itself will warp and bend here in Hisui, and eventually, the very world may be broken. But you have the aid of its counterpart, Dialga, the ruler of time, and therein lies hope. Balance will be brought to time and space, and the world can once again be as it should. Now take Dialga at your side and make for the Temple of Sinnoh once more. That's the plan. I must say, this is quite the intriguing village. Perhaps I'll have a look around before I go, see what your clothier has to offer. Excuse me? Is this the time for shopping? Well, I'll hardly have time for shopping if the world ends, will I, young man? Fair point. All right, Lolian, once you feel ready, set out. We make for the Temple of Sinnoh once more. Okay. Prepare well? What does that mean? What does that mean? Maybe I'll just take the opportunity to grind up a little bit more. Alright, I'm back from some grinding, and as you can see, my team is now in the 60s, so that feels a lot more comfortable. And I've also gained enough XP to improve my rank, so I'm gonna go do that real quick, just to avoid my team from not listening to me anymore. If you have progress to report, I will judge its worthiness. Show me your Pokedex. You have made progress. It seems you have earned yourself a star. 6th star rank. A little more than halfway there. With this, you have officially attained the rank of 6th star in the Galaxy Expedition team. You can now use Ultra Balls. Pokemon up to level 80 will obey you. Cool. Have these as well. They are further recipes you'll need for crafting. Ultra Balls. Max Potions. Excellent. Continue to dedicate yourself to completing the Pokedex if you hope to rise higher in the ranks. I will definitely do that. Okay. I think it's time to go back to Mount Coronet. Okay. Summit Camp. Time to run all the way there. Hey, Volo, what you doing? Just the girl I've been waiting for. I know you can buy various sundries at the base camp, but I thought it might be helpful to you if I set up here, closer to the temple. I want to have front row seats if there's a chance to see into the world of myth and legend. I'll probably be creeping even closer to the action once the battle actually begins. Oh, but you won't have to worry about me. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself. And besides, I know all too well the strength of you and your Pokémon. I've got no doubt you'll have this whole thing tied up in a neat bow before I could possibly be in any danger. You seem pretty confident about that. Okay. Nothing I'm really interested in. That I don't already have, I guess. I guess I should also save. That might be a good idea. For so long, I thought that I had to eliminate any outside element that might threaten the people of Jubilife Village. Whether that meant banishing you or seeking to destroy the Pokemon of the temple, I felt it was my only path. But you've shown me that I was wrong to think in such a way. Are you ready for this challenge, recruit? As ready as I'll ever be. Hey Lolian, let's meet tomorrow together. What's that supposed to mean? It's a saying we've got in the Diamond Clan. It means you both hope you'll both stay safe. Perhaps it's worth listening to what the Diamond Clan has to say sometimes as well. We will support you in whatever way we can, though I doubt you'll need it. Lolian, protect Hisui and her people. Protect time and space for her Pokémon. Okay, Palkia. Uh-oh. That doesn't seem good. Thanks for taking the hit, Dialga. Uh-oh. That seems bad. Palkia gave up his arms and turned into a horse. Oh joy. Oh no. Ouch. I gotta be careful. That is not good. Oh my heavens, Palkia. Oh, that move was always getting me. Everything went black. Yeah, continue the battle. Yes, I'm aware. Keep previous progress, please. Ouch. Stop that. You didn't even give me a chance. What is your deal? What the heck, Palkia? Already? Oh. You cannot fault me for that because you saw how fast those were going. Can I please keep my previous progress and beat this horse? There we go. That was insane. Hmm? There we go. Is that gonna fix everything? No, the sky is back to normal. And the rift is gone? She caught it. She really did it, didn't she? My eyes aren't lying, right? She actually went and caught it? Oh, yes, so good show. What a catch! You contained that fearsome thing in the Origin Ball. Absolutely astounding as ever, Lolian. Thanks, Sinnoh. Just what I expected, my protege. Yes. So even the commander sheds a tear now and then. Never thought I'd see the day. Yes, what a sight to have witnessed. Herf. Ouch, what gives, Commander? Not sure I deserved a sumo throw. Well, at least it seems this is no dream. Listen up, all of you. We faced a calamity unlike any we have known, but we were able to overcome it by working as one. This calls for a celebration, a festival for us all. Gather your clans. This will be the greatest celebration Hisui has ever seen. Celebrate with the Diamond Clan? The two clans together, huh? Well, since it turns out we were both following a true almighty Sinnoh of our own, I guess the times when we'd fight over whose was wrong or right are ancient history now. I'm sure our ancestors would be shocked to see us agree, but this may well be the best path towards protecting the space we all share. Let us celebrate, for today dawns a new day for all of us, all of those who live in the Hisui region. I forgot that's technically where the game ends. There is like an after story to this game that I'll probably play through since I think technically there's one more I've got one more episode before Legend Zeta 8 comes out, and that's going to be the next game that I take on with Aaron. We're going to have a joint series for Legend Zeta 8, and we're both super excited. I know I talked about how excited I am for it because we're going back to the Kalos region, and even though I played through Pokemon Yellow, because that was technically my first Pokemon game, and Pokemon Emerald, and I loved both of those games, Pokemon X and Y was definitely my favorite. Plus, both of my two favorite Pokemon come from that region, and a lot of times when I make a team on a Pokemon game, it's mostly Kalos Pokemon. But I digress. This is a fantastic game, and such a change in the formula from regular Pokemon games that it was so much fun to play through. I can't believe this game is 3 years old now. Seems like it came out just yesterday. But it's so fun being able to, like, instead of you running into the tall grass to find Pokemon, it's you hiding in the tall grass to escape fearsome wild Pokemon. And the introduction of, like, agile style moves versus strong style, which can change how the battle shakes out sometimes. And even getting rid of hidden abilities to kind of balance out the battling. Because battling isn't the main focus of this game, it's catching the Pokemon. And the change from instead of just catching one Pokemon and immediately your Pokedex is filled out to you have to study each of the Pokemon doing certain things to document its behavior is super interesting. But yeah, I'm glad that I was able to play through this game, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. I know this was really fun to jump back into. I've been meaning to jump back into this game, but I didn't really have much of a reason to until I lost my previous save file, so it was fun being able to jump back into the game and to run around. So yeah, I think I'll just hang back until these credits end, and then we'll see what the game has in store for us after that. Your ARC phone is beeping. Seek out all Pokemon. Yeah, basically what I need to do next is fill out the Pokedex. Morning, Lolian. So the space-time rift is gone. Think this means we can finally close the book on this whole mess? Well, in any case, there's one book we can't close yet, the Pokedex. Time to get back to our official Survey Corps duty of completing it. We're going to meet in the Survey Corps office to discuss how we'll tackle the work that's left. See you there, Lolian. Sounds good. Hey, Beauregard. I hear some Galaxy folks plan to turn one of our base camps into a new village. Makes sense. Hey, Beauty Fred. Some requests. A bit of help from Blissey. Pippa of the Supply Corps says a kindly Pokemon called Blissey saved her from a sticky situation. Speak with Pippa about this incident and do your utmost to be of help if you would. No other requests. Okay, so I guess we're meeting... Professor, I've got a question for you. Lonely and my girl, what say you take the Pokemon here in the lab with you on your excursions? I'd love to. Splendid! I'm sure the chance to help with your survey work would be a delight to any Pokemon, especially one stuck indoors for so long, like mine. Haha. Kinda nice that the professor just hands over the other two. So, I trust you enjoyed yourself at the festival. Sure did. Indeed. That only seems natural, given the crowd. I believe last night was the first time I've caught a glimpse of you making merry, Captain. I believe you must be imagining things. Now, Professor Laventon, to business. What is the current state of progress on the Pokedex? I dare say we've made quite significant progress, all in all. Though we could afford to put a little more effort into our research tasks. And of course, it is hard to know how far to go in pursuit of some reports. Certain Pokemon have only been mentioned in Hisui's legends, after all. Who knows if they're even real? Yeah, we're still relatively new to these parts. How are we to know what's true and what's not? Pardon, I couldn't help but overhear. If it's Hisuian history and legends you want, then I'm your man. Why, I've spent plenty of time studying such things instead of, while also tirelessly doing my work for the Ginkgo Guild. And I've visited many of the ruins and whatnot here in the Hisui region already. I imagine I could teach you a thing or two about any Pokemon of legend in these parts. Aho! Music to my ears, my good fellow! Listen well, Lolian. You are to learn all you can from the merchant Volo and work together as needed, for the sake of the Pokedex. We, meanwhile, will also continue to gather intelligence on Pokemon by other means. Understood. I'll set up at the Heights camp then, Lolian. I'll be expecting you. The Researcher of Myths. Besides, I've something I'd like to discuss with you too, so I hope you won't keep me waiting. Sounds good. You got a side quest? You're that talented Survey Corps member I keep hearing about, right? I have a favor to ask of you. You know Oreburrow Tunnel, yeah? The tunnel near Obsidian Falls? I'm hoping to dig into the tunnel walls to see if I can find any good stone there, but a Pokemon's been raging about and getting in my way. It's more than I can handle. Think you could calm it down for me? I'll do my best. Thanks a ton. Please head to the tunnel once you're ready to calm down that Pokemon. I still gotta go find radishes for the guy in the basement. I haven't been able to find any. Okay, you wanted the Misdreavus? Yeah, I caught a Misdreavus at some point. You know, people are afraid of Misdreavus because of how it apparently wails at night. But getting a good look at it like this really gives me some fresh perspective. Look how it billows and sways and flows. Wait, that's it! That's what I'll do! Wow, I just thought up some charming hairstyles and an enchanting new palette of colors. All thanks to you and Misdreavus here. Come by anytime and try out my new ideas for yourself. Cool. You have another one? No, that's not right either. It needs something, a special extra something, but what? Oh, nice timing as always. I could use your help again coming up with some new hairstyles. I've hit another wall here. Now I bet I could get inspiration from a different Pokemon this time. A Pokemon like, yeah, Kirlia. I can't remember how it looks exactly, but I'm pretty sure it has a real distinct style. If I could study one up nice and close, I bet it'd get me past this block. If you manage to catch a Kirlia, bring it here so I can have a look, okay? Sounds good. Okay. Olo wants to meet at the Heights camp. didn't notice that before. Lolian, there you are. Have a look here, if you will. A good, long, close look, please. See these patterns modeled after Pokemon? I've come to think that they might be letters, rather like hieroglyphs, if you will. I've inspected ruins across the region and have concluded that they all seem to tell the same tale. A tale of a brave soul who, together with the Pokemon at his side, went on a journey to search for fragments of an all-encompassing deity. A deity? Yes, an all-encompassing deity, the creator of this very universe, and its name is... Arceus. Perhaps you've already heard this name. It does sound familiar. Of course, what else could I have expected from the hero who saved the Hisui region? But now, let us discuss the fragments. They must surely be the plates. Yes, the very plates you collected as you went about quelling all the frenzied nobles. Haven't you noticed that they all have words carved on their backs? Go on, give them a read. Read the text engraved on the back of the first plate you obtained. The original one breathed alone before the universe came. This original one is none other than the Pokemon known as Arceus. So, what do you say, Lolian? Think we should try to gather all the plates? And I've got just the idea where to start our search. Join me in the heart of the Grueling Grove. Oh, all the way over there? Okay. I know that other guy wanted a Combee, but I can't exactly remember where he wanted the Combee from. But if I had to guess, it's probably in the Crimson Mirelands, which we also need to go and save Wanda because Wanda's been waiting for an awful long time. And it won't be the last time she gets lost either. Alpha Bidoof. There's the Alpha Rapidash. Hey, Volo. Now, Lolian, according to my own investigations... What? An Alpha Vespiquen? Terribly sorry, Lolian, but do you think you could handle it? Where did it come from? That's the real question. And how strong is it? It's not that strong. Ouch. The stone plate? What was that Alpha doing holding the stone plate? Why did that Alpha Pokemon have the plate we were looking for? Maybe it just happened to find the plate lying around. In any case, that's the only other plate that I had any information about, so that's that. And yet nothing seems to be happening, which makes me suspect that there must still be more plates left out there for us to find. Not to worry, though. I know the perfect person to ask. She's bound to know all about the plates. Mistress Kogita? The one and only Mistress Kogita, yes. You haven't had the chance to properly thank her for her help in obtaining the red chain, am I right? All the more reason to pay her a visit. So, onward to the ancient retreat. And you're just gonna leave me here. I see how it is. Return to the village. Come on. I'm sure there's an unknown here. Somewhere. Hiding. Hi, Kogita. Oh, Lost One, it's miraculous what you've done. It seems the red chain served its purpose well, and you carried out your duty as you were bid. But what brings you here? Have you yet need of me? It's about Arceus. Ah yes, a tale whose origins lie a millennium or two ago. Those were the days of the ancient Sinnoh people, from whom I am descended across many generations. These forebears of mine worshipped Arceus as the Pokemon that created the Hisui region, and I have heard of certain fragments, plates as they are called, that were given to the ancestors of Pokemon such as Kleavor and Weirdeer. Is that all? I thought that surely you could tell us more about Arceus and the plates. I'm afraid I've nothing new to tell you. Why, the Diamond and Pearl clans would never have confused Dialga and Palkia with the creator Arceus had anything concrete had been passed down. If only we had more to go on. The answers to these mysteries may even shed light on why Lolian here fell from the sky. Aha, I see what you intend. Very well, I'll help you as best I can. There are still other tremendous Pokemon in Hisui, other mysteries to be solved. Whether they are connected to Arceus, I cannot say for certain, but in searching them out, perhaps you'll stumble upon the path you seek. Let me think. There are the Pokemon of the lakes, of course, and the Temple Giant, the Crescent Moon, the volcano, and perhaps you might even return to the very beginning. Now then, what would you hear of? The beginning? Indeed, a beginning for you, certainly. Where was it that you first fell to the earth here? Prelude Beach? The Temple Giant? The secret that lurks in Snow Point Temple. To find it, you must open the door that is sealed. I was aware of that door. The Crescent Moon. Yes, the moon. You must go where you may meet the moon's gaze unobstructed. Does that clue illuminate your path? Well, make for the Coronet Highlands for now. The volcano? Well, where could that be but Fire Spit Island? And the lake Pokemon. Ah yes, them you already know. Go give them your thanks for the red chain and show them how strong you've become. That's it. Done with your questions, are you? Very well, Lost One. The rest depends on you and your efforts. It appears that the opening of the space-time rift compelled Pokemon that might otherwise have stayed hidden to come out and see what has befallen the world. I hope you succeed, for your own sake and for that of the Pokedex you labor on. I knew we could rely on you, Mistress Kogita. That's more than enough information to work with. Now, let us find those plates. Whew, that is quite the endeavor we're to take on. It's just as I suspected. Pokemon are the key to our search, Lolian. If we can gather all the plates of them and decipher the messages on the backs of the plates, at last, perhaps we can meet Arceus itself. You should go and search for the Pokemon that Kogita mentioned, Lolian. I have my own avenues of research that I'd like to pursue. Arceus, creator of all Hisui. I truly can't wait to see what kind of Pokemon it might be. If you say so, Volo. Guess we head back to the village for now. Oh, Commander. I've had a message from Mistress Kogita. I'm told you're collecting plates of some sort with the merchant Volo. Then we must go to Prelude Beach. Meet me there. Sounds good, but that's gonna have to wait until next time. So, if you guys liked what you saw, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!